ಟಿಲ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡು
ಲೈವ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ.
ಟಿಲ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಪ್ಪ.
ಇನ್ನೊಂಚೂರು ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡು. ಯಾವುದು ಒಂಚೂರು ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡು.
ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿಲ್ಲ
ಅದೇ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು
ಅವ್ರು ತೆಗಿಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ.
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮುಂದೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದೆ ಹೇಳಿ, ಅದು ಸೇಫ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಕೈ ಬಿಡಿ ಬಿಡಿ ಬಿಡಿ. ಈ ಕಡೆ ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾ ಇದೆ.
ತಗೊಂಡ್
ಹಂಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡೋಣ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
ಹಾಂ ತಗೊಂಡ್ That's ವಾಡ್ ನಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಂಗೆ ಅವ್ನು ಮಾತಿಗೆ ಹೇಳು.
Lovely team, a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dollu Kunita, a renowned traditional and a folk dance form of Karnataka. How many of you are from Karnataka here? All of you? So ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಅಂತಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ಜನಪದ ಕಲೆ ಅದು ಡೊಳ್ಳು ಕುಣಿತ. ಈ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದಂತಹ ಕಲಾವಿದರಿಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸಹ ಒಂದು ಜೋರಾದ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ಬರಲಿ. Let's give them a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. There's this popular line. It goes like this. लहरों से डरकर नौका पार नहीं होती. लहरों से डरकर नौका पार नहीं होती. कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती. नन्ही चींटी जब दाना लेकर चलती है, नन्ही चींटी जब दाना लेकर चलती है, चढ़ती दीवारों पर 100 बार फिसलती है. चढ़कर गिरना, गिरकर चढ़ना ना आ करता है. आखिर उसकी मेहनत बेकार नहीं होती. कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती. Lovely. A very very good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸಹ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ, ನಮಸ್ತೆ, ವಣಕಂ, ರಾಮ್ ರಾಮ್ ಸಾ, ಜೈ ಶ್ರೀ ಕೃಷ್ಣ, and a warm welcome to IIFL Samasta Founders Day 2024. ಒಂದು ಜೋರಾದ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ಬರಲಿ. ಲವ್ಲಿ, ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಜೋರಾದ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ಬರಲಿ. ಅವರ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ಜೊತೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದಷ್ಟು ಕೇಳೋಣ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಡೊಳ್ಳು ಕುಣಿತ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನಾವು ಕೇಳೋಣ. ಎಸ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಟೀಮೆಲ್ಲ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಇನ್ನೊಂದಷ್ಟು ಭರ್ಜರಿಯಾದ ಡೊಳ್ಳು ಕುಣಿತದೊಂದಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭಿಸೋಣ. ಲೇಡೀಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಜೆಂಟಲ್ಮೆನ್, ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್ some more wonderful ಡೊಳ್ಳು ಕುಣಿತ and kickstart. Yes! Let's give them a huge round of applause. Such a vibrant evening to look at all of you today. We all gathered here for a very meaningful celebration. I call it very meaningful on a very meaningful day. Yes, we've all gathered here to celebrate, to commemorate the extraordinary journey of IIFL Samasta. Today is Founders Day 2024, commemorating 16 years of empowering women. From the very underserved segment of the society. That's why I said this is a very, very meaningful day. It was started on March 8th, and today we also
Ask them
happen
to
to
check now.
celebrate International Women's Day. They say, Yatra naryastu pujyante ramante tatra daivataha. Where a woman is respected, the goddess herself resides there. Wishing all the wonderful women here a very happy Women's Day, and to all the men here who all stood by us, thank you so much for being a great support system. It is a combination of both. That's what Ardhanarishwara Stotra says, right? He says, Prapancha Shrishtimukha Lasyadaye Samasta Samharaka Tandavaya Jagat Jananye Jagadeka Pitre Namah Shivaya Cha Namah Shivaya. That is universe. It's a beautiful combination of Shiva and Shakti. So wishing the Shiva and Shakti in all of us Mahashivaratri and a very happy Women's Day. And your host this afternoon, Anjali, I'm an entrepreneur, a top specialist, an actor. I take this my immense pleasure, indeed my privilege, to welcome each one of you. They say the company of good people is like a shop of perfumes. The company of good people is like a shop of perfumes. Whether you buy it or not, it spreads its fragrance around. So thank you all wonderful people for coming here and spreading the fragrance around. Very, very honored and delighted to have you all with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, to add to this event, we have with us some extraordinary personalities who have taken time out of their busy schedule and graced this occasion. A warm welcome to our esteemed Managing Director, Shri Venkatesh N. Sir, ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಆತ್ಮೀಯವಾದಂಥ ಪ್ರೀತಿಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. It's a privilege to have you with us this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, we have with us our beloved Deputy CEO and President, Mr. Manoj Pasanga. Warm welcome to you, sir. We also have with us another renowned personality, our whole-time director, Mr. Shiva Prakash D. Warm welcome to you, sir. And, ladies and gentlemen, we have with us three phenomenal women who are present here gracing this occasion. Put your hands together as I welcome Mrs. Anju Best, Managing Director, Saukyam Reusable Pads, also known as the Pad Women of India. She is helping a lot of women in your rural areas. Let's give a huge round of applause and join our Chapala. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another phenomenal personality who has graced this occasion, the very humble Mrs. Selvi R, General Manager and Scientist, URR Satellite Center, previously known as ISRO Satellite Center. Joraga Chappalagalli, Kamle Karyakramakku Swagata. Warm welcome to you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have with us Mrs. Nalini Shekhar, Co-founder and Executive Director, Hasiru Dala. ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಅತೀವಾದಂತಹ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. Warm welcome to you. And also we have with us Yamuna Shastri, Chief Impact Officer and Co-founder, Dwara Money. ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಅತೀವಾದಂತಹ ಪ್ರೀತಿಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದ ಸ್ವಾಗತ, ಸುಸ್ವಾಗತ. Ladies and gentlemen, once again a warm welcome to each one of you. We're absolutely delighted that you all have taken time and present today to commemorate the extraordinary journey of IIFL Samasta. ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಸಂಪ್ರದಾಯ ಅದೆಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ. ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭಿಸಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಆ ಭಗವಂತನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥಿಸಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭಿಸ್ತೇವೆ. That is a tradition of India to start any auspicious occasion by invoking and seeking the blessings of the Lord. To kickstart this evening, to seek the blessings of the Lord with an invocation song, with a huge round of applause, may I now welcome Sahana, Vinila, Pooja and Rashmi on stage with your huge round of applause.
गिर जाएगा यार.
नहीं गिरेगा, ठीक होगा.
Not aware, just fight live it. Come and help
Thank you all for invoking the blessings of the Lord and making and starting and embarking a great victory to this lovely evening. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now request our Managing Director, Mr. Venkatesh N., Whole-Time Director, Mr. Shiva Prakash, Deputy CEO, Mr. Manoj Pasanga, Chief Finance Officer, Mr. Anant Kumar D., and Chief Risk Officer, Mr. Manish Agrawal, to join us on stage to light the ceremonial lamp and mark a great beginning to IIFL Samasta Founders Day 2024. Shubham Karoti Kalyanam, Arogyam Dhanasampadam. Shubham Karoti Kalyanam, Arogyam Dhanasampadam, Shatru Buddhi Vinashaya, Deepajyotir Namostute. I request all the dignitaries to please light the ceremonial lamp and mark a great beginning to IIFL Samasta Founders Day 2024.
Right.
Dikam Brahma Rupasva शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
Thank you, dignitaries, for lighting the ceremonial lamp and marking a great beginning to this auspicious event, IIFL Samasta Founders Day 2024. Let this light remove all the darkness and obstacles from our lives and take us all in the divine path of wisdom. Let's give another huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, dignitaries. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, as I told you, today is a phenomenal day. It's a very meaningful day. IIFL Samasta was established on March 8, 16 years ago, with a vision to empower women in rural and semi-urban areas, the most underserved women in the society, supporting them with access to loans. Very important. And they have been religiously working in the segment of economic empowerment of women with innovative and affordable financial products and services to more than 1 million rural and semi-urban women of 22 states and 1 union territory. And that's a phenomenal journey of IIFL Samasta. And probably this journey wouldn't be possible without the leaders like you all. Thank you all for all the support and the team like this. All of your contribution has been phenomenal. It's immense. You've all together made what IIFL Samasta is today, right? Long way to go, ladies and gentlemen. This is just the beginning. And you all have a long way to go. Wishing each one of you all the very best in all your endeavors. Ladies and gentlemen, with your huge round of applause, may now welcome our beloved Managing Director, Mr. Venkatesh, to share a few words. So, warm welcome to you. Karyakramakku swagata.
Good evening. Allarku Namaskara. Welcome everyone to the Founders Day. On this day, I am reminded the fabulous journey we have embarked on together and would like to thank each one of you all who have been in your own ways contributed to this remarkable growth and success of this company. Given the women's centricity in the financial service products we offer, Samasta happened to start on Women's Day, and it makes it all special. I will also take this opportunity to wish a day filled with love, joy, and recognition to every strong woman who continues to inspire, lead, and make a difference. As I was talking to our guests, Samasta was never planned to start on March 8. It so happened. We had taken over a company called Colonac Finance Limited in somewhere in November, December 2007. And Colonac Finance Limited was an NBFC which was based out of Chennai. And we had some certain formalities to complete with RBI, then ROC and all that. It took us 2 months odd. By the time the process completed and all, we were actually pulled towards this date of March 8. So, I mean, given that business we were trying to envisage, it actually really fitted the bill. If you, I mean, when, just to give you just a brief thing about how we started off with Samasta, a couple of you all joined us in this journey a little later. I just wanted to emphasize that I was into financial services way back, right from 1999. And we always looked at this underserved, unserved and underbanked population of India. And also we looked at a bank like Grameen, which had done phenomenally well in a country like Bangladesh. That was the idea which Samasta got started. And over a period of time, way back, once we bought in capital of close to around 2 crores among family and friends, and way back in 2008, that's when we set up the operations in the state of Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. And we're very clear about ensuring that we initially thought about working along with the population around the peripheries of the urban and semi-urban. And slowly we graduated. Today we have a mix of mostly rural. Today we work close to around 75-78%. We work with the rural women. But we have some focus around the semi-urban and urban, which we see a large of them are getting now banked. We have seen many of the customers whom we started off, we were the first line of credit for them, from them borrowing from unorganized sector to today. Most of them are becoming bankable customers. And this is a journey which we have really enjoyed and cherished over a period of time. And post 2017, we became a part of a bigger organization called IIFL. Once we are now a subsidiary of IIFL. That actually has propelled our growth in the last 7 years. When we had a very south presence, we were operating in 4-5 states. Today we are operating in close to around 21 states and 1 union territory. As we are not serving 1 million customers, we are serving 2.8 million customers and 2.8 million households today. Apart from y'all, we have a large workforce which is out on the field with 1,700 odd branches, serving almost every nook and corner of the country. And I think so this, if you look at Samasta, when we coined the word Samasta, it was all-encompassing. In that regard, we wanted to ensure that everybody is going to play a part in this. So with that aspect of it, we also understand, given the people centricity in the business. Today, if you look at our 12,000, 13,000 odd people who are out in the field, who are constantly meeting our customers on a day-to-day basis. So it brings in a lot of people centricity into the business, and it's very important that we keep our high energy with our people so that we are able to serve our customers down much better. So with all this, I really enjoy this journey so far. And I thank each one of you all who have been part of this journey. So I have a request from Nalini and Parmila. They wanted to ask me some questions. So to cut short my welcome address.
Thank you, Venkatesh. Thank you for a very humble narration of such a large enterprise journey so far. Our friends here would like to interact with you, and some of the repeated questions have been collated, and I would request your time to answer some of these. May I begin?
Yeah, sure.
In your opinion, what are the key factors that have contributed to the company's success so far?
Yeah, if you look at what we have done over a period of time, as I said, we started off very small and we have, the microfinance industry, all of you have, who have seen it from close quarters or even in the last couple of years, it goes through certain cycles. It's very, very important in terms of really understanding the needs of the customer, being along with the customer with all the time. And we have graduated from that, and we have ensured that we have been on top of the game in terms of our technology, our processes and policies, which also has played an important role. Our scale up, if you look at it, that part of it really played a very important role, and that's how I really put the success. It's more to do with our people and our customers also, who have been along with us in the thick and skin of our thing. And to support it, we have our systems, process and policies.
So, any memorable challenges the company faced in the past and how you overcome them?
Yeah, I was talking to you all about, we do have, it's a very cyclic kind of a thing. So we, when we started off in 2008, we had the first round of things where when we went through the cycle when the industry was getting recognized. So prior to that, we had the Andhra crisis. So post the Andhra crisis, that's when the industry really got recognized and thing. So that was the thing. We were a very a small, you can say, a startup at that point of time. We got through the learnings. We were able to withstand that, and the next came the demon, because if you look at the segment of people we target, many of them still in the cash economy, and many of them transact. So once the government had looked at changes in that, we did face challenges, and again a memorable experience how post that from completely a cash environment, we changed it into a cashless environment. We got most of our customers to open bank accounts, and we were able to transfer money directly to the bank accounts. And COVID was, I think so, a challenge of a different kind, where in the second wave of COVID, we saw a lot of livelihoods and lives getting impacted. So that again was a thing we had to stay. I mean, we had to take care of our people, I mean, our internal people. We had to take care of our customers who were also getting, so that was also a key challenge. So each and every part of it, we came across with different things. Yeah, we were encountered it with different ways. Thanks.
Thank you. In today's rapidly changing business landscape, how does the company stay agile and adaptable to emerging trends and challenges?
See, I mean, important part is the thing is reading of the customer, also reading of the external environment. If you look at economy is growing, customers' needs are changing on a frequent basis, and if you look at among our peers, today we have the most diversified portfolio. I mean, though we call ourselves microfinance, we also have understood what is the needs. Today, we have a lot of graduating customers. We have looked at that need. So we have started new lines of businesses which will cater to this. And we are always in technology also. We have been on top of the curve. We have ensured that we are trying to get things are always on top. I mean, getting to an e-sign. We are one of the first people to get the eKYC license, which we will go live in a couple of months' time. So all these are making us becoming a slightly differentiated approach in how we look at doing business. And hope once our other lines of businesses start scaling up, we'll be a different financial powerhouse altogether.
So what role do you see the employees playing in driving innovation and growth within the company?
Yeah. See, within the organization, we have looked at people first as a very, very important driver to this. As I started off saying that 14,000 odd people who meet our customers on a day-to-day basis. If you look at how we have approached the business microfinance demand of the business is like that. We interact with the customer on a regular basis. That also needs to keep our own staff really highly motivated. We have gone ahead and looked at various things. One of the first things I talked about is people first. We have various programs under that. The key thing is when we looked at I am Samasta is something which we have coined, and we have looked at it very seriously. That each one is an owner in this company, so that the ownership mentality is we are trying to establish. We are looking at people being shareholders even at the field level. So depending on the tenure which they have operated, we have even looked at people being shareholders part of the company. So the ownership part of it develops, and also if you look at Samasta Cares, we have gone ahead and introduced basic insurance, which I can say we were one among the first timers to even take it down to the bottom of our staff levels. That also is, we are able to generate a lot of thing with our customers, and with our employees.
I am Samasta Cares. I think nobody can endorse this better than me. I have been with the organization for 7.5 years, and each day seems to be better than the previous day. Each role seems to be more challenging and more enriching than the previous role. I'm so glad to be a part of this organization, Venkatesh.
Thanks,
The next question is, what is the vision of the organization for 2025? And alongside, you could also tell us how is Samasta placed in the MFI industry?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at where we stand ourselves, where we stand today, I mean, in terms of the growth aspect of it, we are well established. I mean, if you, among our peers, consistently for the last last 7 years, we were the fastest growing company. Consistently for the last 7 years, we were the fastest growing company. So, I mean, the point when what I'm trying to say is, in the last 7, we were always looking at capital, and we wanted to make sure that we had to spread our branch network across to the length and breadth of the country. So we are very network. We wanted to do it actually in 4-5 years, but because of COVID, we had to take another additional 2 years. So right now, we want to build in more efficiencies into the organization where we could help in connect in terms of how we could serve the customers better, how do we make sure our own staff are able to make benefit of a shorter duration of time at work. So we are looking at basically efficiency and excellence. If you look at it, a combination of both. Trying to do things faster and trying to do things better. That's where we want to get into, and our focus, if you look at the growth aspect, since we know how the growth engine works, so we want to keep our emphasis more on how do we get our efficiency and excellence more little on a higher trigger. So 2025 would be on that, and definitely given, we will definitely push in for given a financial services company, we have various stakeholders. We have shareholders part of this, so definitely there is. We will be looking at profit. We will be trying to think, but also looking at thing where customer also benefits. So we are getting into a thing where we are it'll be omnipresent. If you look at when I talked about Samasta meals on all encompassing, so we will take all the stakeholders along. So it's not going to be one-way ticket or something. It's only the shareholders benefit or something. It's an all-encompassing customers, our own employees, our staff, and our stakeholders like shareholders or thing. Yeah, 2025 is more to build in get into efficiency and excellence.
So last question, sir. What advice would you give to the employees who aspire to grow and succeed within the company?
See, we have always looked at people. From my side, I've been encouraging people to look at when they join the organization, they take up certain roles, and we've always looked at moving them so that we want to create internal leaders. So within that, all of us understand that we have created a program called Gurukul for our business line. So this year we are going to take an onus on us. It's not only going to be to the business line, but going to be extended to a large other population. Like we have a huge population, part of the HO population. We are looking at developing real management talent within this organization. And even within we look at our business leaders, we are looking at them scaling up to the next level. So we are maturing business lines, getting thing. We see many of them heading a couple of business lines and heading them as CXOs at some point of time.
Thank you, Venkatesh. Your words and vision has always motivated us. We look forward to interacting with you more through the event today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for that very, very inspiring address. Very well said. When he repeatedly mentioned it's people's company, right? It's by the people and for the people. And he spoke about the ownership, right? They say the recipe to build a great business is to harness human relationships. And that's what IIFL Samasta is doing. And that's the value the company has been rooted with. So let's give this team another huge round of applause. Thank you so much, Venkatesh sir, again. Thank you so much. It was truly inspiring again to discover the multitude of initiatives that IIFL Samasta has in place for its employees. Thank you so much once again. Ladies and gentlemen, another most awaited moment is here to hear from our women achievers who have all taken time out of their busy schedules and grace this occasion to be with us, to support us, to encourage us. With a huge round of applause, it's time to welcome them on stage. It's my honor, it's my privilege to invite our first esteemed chief guest this evening, Mrs. Anju Best. May I request Parimala to escort our chief guest on stage. Let's give her a huge round of applause and Jora the Chapala Valli for our guest this evening, Mrs. Anju Best. You have to give her another huge round of applause. The kind of work she's done speaks for itself. And that's Mrs. Anju. May I request Parimala to present a bouquet and welcome our guest this evening. It makes me very proud to take you through the journey of Mrs. Anju Best. Mrs. Best has extensive experience working in rural areas of India. When Mata Amritanandamayi Mutt adopted villages in 2023, she was part of the team that traveled to the most backward villager clusters in 21 states of India, helping to begin initiatives for sustainable development of these villages. A focus on providing eco-friendly and low-cost solutions for menstrual hygiene resulted in the development of Saukyam reusable pads from banana fiber and cotton cloth. What a phenomenal achievement. Let's give another huge round of applause. Her vision, ladies and gentlemen, has won many awards in national and international domains. The pads are sold and very well exported to countries such as UK, Germany, US, Kuwait, Netherlands, Nepal and Spain, and also sold online. The team's vision is that the same high quality pad that is exported should be made available at very affordable prices in remote rural communities. Such a privilege to have you, Anju ma'am. Warm welcome to this wonderful evening. She is also the founding member of the Women in Indian Social Entrepreneurship Network. She was also honored with the Social Entrepreneur of the Year award. So ladies and gentlemen, presenting and welcoming Mrs. Anju Best. It's a privilege to welcome our next chief guest this evening, Mrs. Selvi R. May I request Nalini to escort Mrs. Selvi R on stage. Let's give her a huge round of applause. Innondu ಜೋರಾದ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ಬರಲಿ for the very humble Mrs. Selvi R. I request Nalini to present a bouquet and welcome Mrs. Selvi to this August gathering. She is the General Manager and Scientist Engineer G at U.R. Rao Satellite Center, formerly known as ISRO Satellite Center. She joined ISRO in the year 1993 at Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala, and worked in the area of launch vehicle systems reliability till 1998. She joined U.R. Rao Satellite Center during July 1998 in Systems Reliability Group and was responsible for the reliability and quality assurance of various spacecrafts. Subsequently, she became the Group Director of Avionics Production and realized numerous avionics systems using Indian industries. She was the Project Manager for Chandrayaan-1 and Deputy Project Director for various GEO projects such as GSAT-10, GSAT-11, GSAT-19. She is a recipient of Team Excellence Award from ISRO Rocket Women of India Recognition by Confederation of Indian Industries in 2018, and her awards and accolades list goes on and on. Such a privilege to welcome Mrs. R. Selvi to this August gathering. Pleasure to have you, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, I now take this opportunity to welcome our next chief guest this evening with a huge round of applause, Mrs. Nalini Shekhar from Hasiru Dala. May I request Parimala to escort the guest on stage. And the Jorada Chappalavalli as I welcome Mrs. Nalini Shekhar from Hasiru Dala. clapping, make more noise. I request Parimala to present a bouquet to Mrs. Nalini Shekhar. Nalini Shekhar is the co-founder and executive director of Hasiru Dala. Her passion lies in restoring the dignity of workers in the unorganized waste sector, improving their access to predictable livelihoods and providing social security for their families. Over the years, Nalini has trained hundreds of waste pickers on new ways of solid waste management and helped develop their skill to become waste management professionals. In addition, she has worked with state officials, students and citizens, creating awareness on the need for sustainable waste management practices and integration of waste pickers. In a career spanning 33 years, Nalini has won many accolades, including the Kempegowda Award in 2015 from the city of Bengaluru. In 2015, she was chosen as one of the 100 women in India who made a difference in the society by BBC.com. So warm welcome to you, Mrs. Nalini Shekhar. It's a pleasure to have you with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege to welcome our next guest on stage, Miss Yamuna Shastri. May I request Nalini to please escort the guest on stage. Let's give Yamuna Shastri a big round of applause. Warm welcome to you. I request Nalini to present a bouquet to Miss Yamuna Shastri. Yamuna Shastri, serial entrepreneur on third fintech stint, building Flip Financial Literacy Inclusion Projects. Founded Cab Dost, merged with Dwara Money, pioneer in building regional tax products for gig workforce in India. From running a bootstrap startup for 4 years to a merger, Yamuna has led teams assisting 70,000 plus gig for tax filing assisted to claim 4 million tax refunds, $4 million tax refunds. Women Transforming India Award in 2018, organized by WEP, Niti Aayog and UN India. She represented India twice at Global Entrepreneurship Summit 2017 and 2019, organized in Hyderabad and The Hague, Netherlands. Was part of OECD's Tax Morale Conference Paris in 2019, the US State Department Alumni for PFP program, and has numerous awards and accolades to her credit. Warm welcome to you, Ms. Yamuna Shastri. It's a pleasure to have you with us. Ladies and gentlemen, as I told you before, now we have an hour where we'll be embarking on a phenomenal journey, learning from all the achievers in this panel discussion. So how can we miss the moderator for this panel? So welcoming our moderator, Ms. Kirti T, with a huge round of applause. She's the head co-lending and strategic alliances, IIFL Finance Limited. Kirti has traveled from Mumbai on our request to grace this event with her presence. Warm welcome to you, Kirti. It's a pleasure to have you with us. May I request Parimala to present this bouquet to Kirti. They say an empowered woman is powerful beyond measure and beautiful beyond description. So we have all these empowered women on stage. So Kirti, we're all looking forward to this wonderful panel. I'm sure we'll have so much to learn. This would be enlightening discussion. So over to you, Kirti, to moderate the session.
have a very esteemed and a diverse panel here today. Each of you highly accomplished in each of your fields. I'll get straight to the conversation because she has introduced really nice. I don't really have much to add there. Miss Anju, I would like to start with you. When you started your initiative, how long ago was it? More than 10 years ago. Speaking about periods, menstruation, it was not really discussed in public, right? It was not a very comfortable topic. Today, thanks to you and film star Akshay Kumar and a lot of other people, I think it's okay to discuss and people are comfortable. So, can you please share with us how was it that time when you started your journey and what drove you to start this journey actually?
Sure. So, thank you so much, first of all. So wonderful, to see this team here that has done and is continuing to do incredible work all over India. We work with the same types of women, and the difference that you make in their lives, I can tell you, it changes their whole living for generations to come. So we were dealing with a problem also. I belong to the Mata Amritanandamayi Mutt, Shri Mata Amritanandamayi Devi Ji. Perhaps some of you have heard of her. When India had the presidency of G20 last year, the government of India had appointed Amma as the chair of C20, and the lakhs of NGOs in the country had come together under her chairmanship for policy deliberations. So the Mata Amritanandamayi Mutt adopted villages in 20 states of India. I was part of the team also that was traveling to some of the most remote and rural areas. I remember in Bihar, one time we were at this in this cluster of villages, and we were interacting with the girls there, and it was very surprising that girls who were 12 years old, 11 years old, they are at home. They have dropped out of school, and for a very simple reason that they use period products that they are not very not very confident about for them to go to school on those days, and either they absent themselves from school on those particular days, or in many households they are encouraged to stop going to school together. And we thought, what a waste of a human life. If you are educated, that's the only way to come out of poverty. That's the only way to end poverty. And here you are, you have the schools, you have the colleges, but you are not able to go because of the simple problem that you don't have period products with which to manage your menses. When we told Amma this, Amma said that not just this problem, this is only what we can see on the surface, but a lot of the health and education related problems will go away if we focus on solving this one problem. Get reliable, high quality products to rural populations at prices that they can afford. And that's where we started our journey. Like you rightly said, there was not a lot of talk about periods at that time. India has changed a lot since then. It's a welcome change that, today here we are starting the Women's Day celebrations with a talk on periods. What are periods? If periods were not there, none of us would be born. When we were a tiny fetus in our mother's wombs, even before we were born, even before we, were capable of drinking breast milk, what nourished us? It was our mother's menstrual blood. Because our mothers menstruated, that's how life continues. So there's absolutely no reason not to talk about periods. And thank you once again for, not considering this as a taboo topic and starting off the discussions with a discussion about periods. Thank you.
Thank you, Anju. It's very heartening because I myself come from a very small village. My village has about 1,200 people, so I know what you're talking about when you say the girls stop going to school. So it's really nice that, you know, people like yourself have thought about it and have done something about it. So how is the, you know, what is the adaptation today? So can you tell us how it changed? Have you seen some stories where, you know, maybe half the kids were not going to school 15 years ago, and today, you know, probably the classrooms are full, and some impact of what it has created.
Right. So, you know, India has actually made a lot of progress, and not just because of our efforts. So, the National Family Health Survey, the previous National Family Health Survey, if you look at it, maybe over 50% of women, they track this number, girls in the age group of 15 to 22 who have access to hygienic reusable products. If you look at that number in the previous National Family Health Survey, which may be 4 or 5 years old, still 50% of the population does not have access. That number has gone up hugely. In the most recent survey, I think it covered the years 2019 to 21. That had gone up to 70%, and that's probably, you know, still going up. So, but what's happening is where the urban educated women, and actually Bangalore is a great example. In Bangalore, there is so much awareness that disposable sanitary napkins are not good for us, not good for the planet, and don't make much sense economically also. You know, we never do the math. If we spend 100 rupees per month on buying sanitary napkins, that's 1,200 rupees in a year, and over a period of 40 years, that's our menstruating lifetime. It's almost 500,000 rupees. So a product that, and today there are studies in India, disposable sanitary napkins have been tested. There are studies that earlier it was a suspicion, today it is confirmed. And in fact, the government of India is deliberating, you know, bringing out regulations that things like phthalates, volatile organic compounds, and so on. So I'm not a scientist. You know, won't endeavor to explain what these things are. But I will certainly say this, a lot of the reproductive health issues that we find in young girls today, and they're very common actually, PCOD, PCOS, we never heard of these things when we were growing up. Today they are so common, 1 in every 4 girl has these problems. Somewhere it is linked to the use of such sanitary napkins that have these kinds of toxins and chemicals in them. They say that even if you were to eat these toxins and chemicals, that would not be as dangerous as, you know, you have it on a sanitary napkin which you're wearing in your vaginal area where the skin is very permeable and this can directly enter the bloodstream and cause so much harm. We would never eat such things, isn't it? But even if we ate them, it would not be as harmful as having it on a sanitary napkin. So where the urban woman is aware of these, you know, all these developments, is doing the research online, is buying reusable products for menstrual hygiene in large numbers, whether it's a menstrual cup, whether it is a reusable pad. Today, when we started our work, you know, people had never heard of reusable pads. And they would ask us when we were doing awareness workshops, they would look at us, are you crazy? You know, everything you said till now makes sense. Okay, they cause harm to the environment and so on. But are you saying I have to wash and reuse my pad? How is that possible? And then we would explain the nature of menstrual blood, that it doesn't really smell. There is no difference between, you know, blood coming from a finger and so on. So, but today, there is, and today perhaps there are, you know, 25 to 30 brands of reusable pads available. They're only available online. So, educated women are transitioning to such products, whereas disposable sanitary napkins are making an entry into our rural areas. We don't want that to happen. We want the rural women to have knowledge of and access to reusable products also. Just because she's not shopping online doesn't mean that she doesn't deserve to know or doesn't deserve to have. So we subsidize the products for rural areas. In fact, with the government of Karnataka has taken huge steps to pilot programs in rural areas to see if, instead of disposables, if we are distributing reusables to school students, are they satisfied with it? Does that work? That decreases the expense for the government a whole lot also, by the way. So we are also privileged to be doing a project with them in Ramnagar and Mandya districts. So yes, huge change.
Thank you, Anju. Nalini, I'll segue this because I know you work in the waste management sector, and also we would like to hear your thoughts on what Anju was saying, and I'll follow up with questions later.
So we started this Green the Red campaign in Bangalore. You are aware of it. So we had the commissioner of Bangalore and then some of the men of Bangalore having big bindi with red color bindi and a small green color on it. So promoting it. So men also have played a huge role. And one of the villages that we are working, we have made it 100% non-single-use sanitary napkin near Mysore. So the 96% of the women have converted to cups, and another small percentage of people actually started using reusable pads. So what I really want to say is, in this particular village, which is Nagawala, which is just outskirts of Mysore, we have 3 elected representatives, MP, MLA, and local president. All of them are men. All 3 from different parties, but they all work together for this particular cause. So I think there's a lot of awareness is coming, and a lot of people are supporting, men are supporting, and that's also very, very important for this change to happen. I can tell you the cost of drain cleaning has come down as an impact, and all the people who are selling, people who are selling single-use sanitary pads in that village are not selling anymore. So I think change can happen, and men are there in the campaign.
That's very heartening to know.
Just add a little bit. So what, today is one example in one state. We want to see it as the norm and not the exception to the rule. So this is wonderful, and thanks to your
Karnataka
dedicated
government is the first government, state government, which has taken it in a big way.
Thanks for adding there, Nalini. I want to understand, more about what you do, since you have been working for over a decade now in the waste management, and prior to that, you're also in the US. So I have 2 questions. You answer it, in whichever form you want. One is, you are making the workers in the waste management ecosystem self-sustainable, or you're making them into entrepreneurs. And the other one is, you also spent over a decade helping violence victims in the US. So you are serving the needy, you are serving the marginalized sector, whether it is in India or in the US. So we want to understand, how is it different from a support, from policies, from anything else that you could say between US and India in this specific sector?
So before I went to US, I was also working in this field, and we are in the era where compulsory education was not seen as important in the state. So we used to go knock all the MPs' doors and say, make education compulsory. They would laugh at us and say, what are you saying? Without child labor, there's no economy, We were from that era. So we really worked hard, and then I went to US. And what I saw the difference is that I took a lot of strategies that we use in India, which is people-oriented, to the US. And what I got back from the US is the systematic efficiencies that I can use it in my field here. For example, it takes a lot of time in India to pass legislation. In 2011, we did a lot of experiments in Bangalore that all resulted in law in 2016. While in the US, I was able to push for a legislation in California within 3 months, and the federal government, I was able to push for a legislation within a year. So those kind of systems we don't have. So that is what the systems I learned. But I think I gave more than what I brought back. So I gave a lot of how to get the communities together to provide services. For example, I used to work with, I set up a domestic violence shelter. I mean, it was already set up, but it was very, very, comfortable for white women. We made that shelter into having all women from all the countries come together with a lot of language availability. We set up a language bank with 120 languages with 250 volunteers, and we had about 300 volunteer lawyers to help them, because when you go as an immigrant, the system is very difficult and very difficult to understand and negotiate. So that is what happened there. So I think that volunteering is something that I really learned well there, but now I think we are seeing that a lot in India also. So I think both had the positives and negatives, and I was able to take something from here and bring back something from there. So, and finally we are working with people, whatever, I mean, US probably gave me an opportunity to work with survivors of violence from more than 100 different countries. So I also learned from them. So here what happens in what I'm doing now is developing entrepreneurs out of people who don't read and write, and they're all in the waste sector. So waste pickers are people who pick up waste on the street, sort it, grade it and sell it. They're not the paurakarmikas or the sanitation workers of the city. They're much lower than that. And because most of them are Dalits, they are double whammy, because they're Dalit and they're also working with waste. So most marginalized in a city. And today we have created them entrepreneurs. And this year, one of our waste picker got Social Entrepreneur Award in Bangalore. And just last week, one of the women who runs the Drivers Collection Center got most inspiring entrepreneur in textile waste in Delhi. She just got a call and she went and she received it.
Ma'am, if I may interrupt, can you just add a few examples? What do they do exactly? That would be quite inspiring.
Yeah, all that they do is on the street they were walking, picking up waste, bending 1,000 times, walking 5 to 6 kilometers a day, and bringing about 60 to 100 kilos of waste, right? Now, we said in 2010, I told them there won't be waste on the street, recyclable waste on the street, and they laughed at us and said, how can it be? But we had to tell them that things are going to change, door-to-door collection will come, then you will be out of business. So what they did was we encouraged them to come and get, work with them, and then mostly on entrepreneurial in nature, because they're born entrepreneurs. They know exactly which street to go, what to pick up to make money. If I have to pay, fee today to my children, this much money I want. So how many hours I should work, which street I should go, which area I should go. They know that. That's the basic thing of entrepreneurs. So we really worked on the entrepreneurial skill and included them in the government system as PPP model, where poor have become the PPP there. And today in Bangalore, we have an MOU between the government and Voice Speaker. We are third party to support it. This is the only city in the country which has happened. So we have created more than 100 entrepreneurs, 3,500 jobs has been created through them. Of course, we work with 20,000 families, so it's a long journey ahead of us. But what I'm proud to say, out of 100, at least 80 of them are filing their income tax returns. So all these people are people who are on the street, who don't know to read and write. The person who got Social Entrepreneur Award of this year in Bangalore, she doesn't read and write at all. But she transacts everything with UPI. She may not be able to transfer the money online with a bank account, but she's able to use UPI very efficiently. 88 people she has employed, and everybody gets paid online. online now, and she's representing India in plastic treaty negotiation happening internationally. So she's able to go last 4 negotiations. She's gone to 4 different countries, negotiating with the state representative of different countries to say why waste pickers are very important in circular economy, because they are the people who pick up the waste. Only when you pick up, the next stage comes in. So I think it has been a huge journey for me and for them. And every one of Samasta's employees could be what I've done now. Because you work with people who have the potential to become huge entrepreneurs with the loan and financial services that you provide. If you add on social security, providing social security for them, and wherever we have seen, when you can't do a living wage in today's growing commodity rates, it's very difficult to earn as much as you want to have your family. Our waste pickers itself, they're showing that 35,000 they need to live in Bangalore, decent living. So they can't earn that 35,000. So where do we see the government schemes are there? Can we get that to them? So it becomes easier to use your products also, financial products. So we have to really look at how we can get different kinds of social security. For us, we just finished 10th year, and we have provided 85,000 schemes for our people that we work with. So it is possible to do, and it becomes stronger and more sustainable if you do that. I think Samasta has the potential to do it. And also I wanted to congratulate all of you. I've seen Samasta, very small organization. To see this big is amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Now we'll go to the other spectrum. I'll come to you, Ms. Selvi. While I'm a finance professional, and so are most of my colleagues here, but I'm a huge science fan, at least watching movies and series. So I have watched Mangalyaan several times with my children, as I was telling you in the break room, and also Rocket Boys. So, is it really rocket science? Of course, it's rocket science. Because as Manoj was saying, what we do is simple lending, right? It's no rocket science. So, can you tell us a little more about, corporate is a little easy for us to envision, understand what happens, but we don't really know much what happens in a scientist's mind, in ISRO, in any of these labs. So just tell us about your day, what happens, or in a month, whatever, what projects you work on, how exactly does it happen?
Very good evening to all. I would like to congratulate IIFL Samasta for successfully completing 16 years. And also I wish everyone here I'm very happy in international industry. Coming to your question, in ISRO, as you all know, last year we have created a history that first time India has landed on the moon. The globe was celebrating, and of course the point where we landed was named by our Honorable Prime Minister, a particular name. Maybe if any of you can name it, you can. Yes, you are right, Shiv Shakti. And today is the apt day for that, because today is Shivratri and we are celebrating International Women's Day Shakti. So just in the morning we are remembering that. And coming to our activities, like I work in a center called URF Satellite Center, where we build satellites. There are various types of satellites, as many of you may be knowing, for remote sensing, for communication, for scientific experiments. So basically the department where I work, we make the electronic systems. So unlike any ground systems or any automobiles, wherever we make anything, if any problem comes, we have all the liberty and freedom to correct it. That is not possible for space. There is no excuse. Even if a small mistake happens, yes, it will be a catastrophic failure. So in our electronic system, we are supposed to ensure that 100% reliability is there. So I was heading the department earlier, reliability systems. Now I am general manager for this electronic assembly, where we assemble all these components onto a PCB and we test to the rigorous condition where the satellite is going to experience. When the rocket is going, it will experience severe vibration. In the space environment, we know the temperature is too harsh and it will be vacuum. So we subject to these electronics packages to all these conditions in the ground, and we ensure that even a small problem, even a small workmanship problem is brought out here, it is rectified, and we are launching a flawless satellite to the space. So that is our major work, day and night we do that.
I have a personal question for you. I see that your daughter already has finished engineering and she's working. Now your son is also studying engineering. To honor all your recognition, we know that Indian Post Office has actually created a stamp to honor Miss Selvi. So now I have two questions. One, you are an engineer, now your daughter is an engineer. For some of us, or maybe our children who are trying to pursue engineering as a career option later, what differences have you seen in the engineering field and differences in career opportunities? That's one. The second one is, since you're so accomplished, does it put a lot of pressure on your children, or does it make them aim for better?
Yeah, we'll take the first question first. Coming to the engineering, what I have seen when my daughter, she has completed recently engineering from RV College. When we were doing engineering, we were completely depending on the textbooks and the lectures. But now it is totally a digital domain. And there are a lot of opportunities for them to really go out and spread their wings, which was very limited when, of course, when I was doing engineering, I didn't have much opportunities to do the internship, or we were just struggling to find a company where we can. Here it is not like that. There are n number of numerous opportunities where they have to grab it and use it. Of course, if they can do it when they come out, they can get into a office or a company where really they can do better. And even the campus interviews I have seen when I was doing engineering, I studied in UCT Coimbatore, hardly few companies, 3 to 4 would have come for campus. Here it is not like that. Hundreds of companies are coming for campus interviews. So only thing is the children, if they really take their course very seriously, put their effort, because opportunities are many, if they do it, definitely they will be able to get into their things. The opportunities are more here. Coming to the second question, of course, there is no pressure on my children. I have completely gone with their own interest. Only thing is, I wanted them to be in a better place. That was, as any parent, that we should be there. So, but I have given them whatever passion you want to pursue, you can go ahead. But when I come and share the activities or the success in my office to my daughter, she was so thrilled. So she was telling, Amma, I want to join ISRO only. That was her interest. Then she got a job in a Coca-Cola company. But still she was telling, she was keep on repeating, I will take up ISRO exam and I want to become a space scientist. That was her thing. So anyway, I have left to her. Definitely if she is having the passion, she will be able to join.
Why not, ma'am? I mean, you're working so much, so it's only natural for a daughter, to follow your footsteps. Yamuna, I would like to come to you now. The rest of us here are more grey-haired than you are. I mean, it's not a glamorous, it's not a cool thing, right? So Yamuna has probably personally spoken to more than 2 lakh cab workers and truck drivers. So why did you choose this field? It's not the easiest, it's not a bed of roses. You had easier options to do.
First of all, it's a humbling experience to be part of a financial inclusion, and especially IIFL, Samasta, congratulations. 16 years of financial inclusion. I think you guys have to give a good round of applause for this amazing thing. My experience in the financial inclusion is 9.5 years. I look up to when I turned 16. So I started tax filing for taxi drivers in India. So nothing was specific. So just to give a context to everyone here, I come from a simple middle class family. I did my MCom, accounts and taxation. I went to KPMG. I did teaching. I used to help one of my taxi drivers who used to drop me to ensure he gets his tax filing, he gets his bank account done? Does he have a medical insurance? All of that. It was just done once, and probably after 4 or 5 years, I met him again, and he had moved, I had moved, we were not spoken. Just on a very empathetic note, I asked him, Raju, have you done this? And he said, no, you left, you did not even contact me. I was like, just a bummer. I was like, ನಾನು ಸೆಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ I've just set the whole process. I think you should have taken it. But then I understood there is certain set of communities who need that nudge. And that's not a behavioral nudge, that's an emotional nudge. That's a nudge that you need. So I wanted to do my PhD. So I said, why not take this topic? By 2015 was a era of contract workforce, especially gig workforce. All of them had moved to digital economy. They were digital transactions. They were earning more than us. It's not what people don't understand is working 18 hours on ground in city traffic is not easy. So I met around 3,500 taxi drivers to understand what are their problem statements. Then realize that they don't have an income proof. You know, a simple example, what we wanted to solve. I did not build this company because I want to build a company. I wanted to solve a problem. The problem was, if I take a cab with a nationalized account, with an income proof, with my ITR, I can repay my loan in 3.5-4 years. If I take it from a loan shark, I have to pay for 6.5 years, 6 years. So the 2 years of income that they can take back home. This was a breaking point. The team Capdos, team Dwaramani, today we have processed 70,000 tax returns in 500 cities. And every cab ride you take, every delivery, Swiggy, Uber, Zepto, whatever you take, right, 1% TDS is deducted. Unfortunately, we don't have right kind of conversations. So you get the bag, you just say, or probably wave or a smile. Right? If you guys can ask, have you done your tax return? Do you have your personal death accidental insurance? Have you got a 331 rupees insurance? You know, I think this applies with all our maids, housekeeping, everyone whom we touch, right? So we have done tax education for 10 lakh people. Partner with likes of Uber, Swiggy, Zepto, set up tax desks in driver parking areas of airport. I used to go at 4 a.m. in the morning because that's when the cab drivers are free. So the best learning that I've had is working with my customers on ground. And I've met customers from Assam to Kanyakumari. I've just literally lived in bags. No MBA, no Stanford, nothing can give a better experience than talking to a customer, right?
I read this on your LinkedIn profile. Yamuna is a fierce, no-nonsense warrior-like leader with more empathy than the entire taxi community combined. See, we also work with a lot of people in the marginal sector. So can you tell us a little bit more about, I know you spoke about asking them how to develop empathy, how to be really natural, how it has to come from within, not because I have to ask a question because it's good, but it has to become a part of my life. So do you have any suggestions? You've been interacting with a lot of them.
I think, not suggestion, probably I'll just share 3 cents that I have personally done always. Every problem has solution. Everybody has problems. So can I be the ladder to make that solution happen for that person, right? You know, if we go with that mindset, so I have lived in driver parking areas. I've lived in, you know, you all get this parcel centers in 9 minutes, 8 minutes, right? Have you ever gone and seen how their delivery points are, you know, where they sit, how they sit, on what footpath they sit, and a lot of logistics. You know, you just book, you want something, one iron box, you book it on Amazon and it comes from somewhere in Gujarat. You know how that logistics works, right? Just remember, guys, every single work that we do, you know, there's a there's some gig workforce who's bringing that to us. And I think empathy is the best asset we can have. We don't need to have all solutions, Kriti. So, for example, when I started talking to a lot of drivers, right, you know, they wanted scholarship for children. They wanted to do some small business for the women in the family, or they want to just change their tires, right? Just asking what they want for today and say, you probably will get it, or you have an answer for it, right? And I think the beauty of running a business in a low income household or any communities is don't sell your product, solve their problem.
Yeah, very well said. Yeah. You have to be part of that journey. Miss Anju, I asked you this in the closed room. I just wanted to hear it for the audience. Ma'am, how many people do you employ? And when you say you set up separate units in, different villages, how does this work? Does that person become an entrepreneur and does it have to be self-sustainable? Or do you support them? Anything on those lines? Because we support a lot of women, perhaps it could be one of the, livelihood opportunities with them.
So it's, thank you for this question, first of all. It's taken us a while to figure out a model that works. And I would like to think that the model that we have now works better than what we were doing earlier. Before the pandemic, we were in 8 states of India. Punjab, Jammu, Himachal. Jammu was the state at that time. Himachal, Uttarakhand, Bihar, UP, of course Kerala, Odisha and West Bengal. And we had production centers in all these places. So we were training rural women to produce the pads. And they were doing a phenomenal job. They were doing a good job. One problem was costs were a little bit high, but the bigger problem, quality was very variant between, of course, the pads are made from cotton cloth and banana fiber, they work. Are they beautifully stitched? That depends on the skill of the woman that is doing it. So that varied a little from state to state. And but the biggest problem was these 8 production centers were dependent on one team consisting of very few people, myself and a few volunteers, to sell what they produced. So during the pandemic, this model kind of fell apart. For a few months, we continued supporting for, they would make pads and ship them to us in Kerala, and actually it made no sense after a while. The pads were meant to be used in the same communities where they are being produced. After the pandemic, I think we have a much better model now, which is a combined model of decentralized, centralized. We have a hub and spoke model of production. All of the women that are producing, so our hub is in Kerala. Those are women employed by us. They are on our Provident Fund, ESIC and so on. Same thing with the satellite centers that we have. And now we are able to work with state governments or large NGOs and set up much bigger satellite production centers. Because the only thing that you have to do there is stitching. You only need stitching machines and you only need stitching skills. Half process raw material is sent, and A, that helps reduce costs. B, the quality problem is to a large extent solved with that. In addition to that, we have women micro-entrepreneurs who, in fact, tomorrow in Nasik, we are onboarding 30 new micro-entrepreneurs who are widows of the farmer suicide crisis that happened in Maharashtra. That was, we don't hear of it so much in the news anymore. So for these women, it is a supplemental income. They are not on our payrolls. They initially there's a handholding period. They get a stipend from us, and otherwise it is the commission from the pad sales that contributes to their income. So we have about 200 women total after the pandemic. This is working mainly in 3 states of India. Some of our centers that we had to close, we will be reopening them again, but we haven't yet reopened them. So Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh and Sikkim, we have large projects. In Sikkim, we have trained ASHA workers. In Madhya Pradesh, we have an MOU with the Madhya Pradesh State Rural Livelihood Mission. Same with Maharashtra State Rural Livelihood Mission. There it is known as Umed. In Madhya Pradesh, it's known as Ajivika. This year, we have the mandate to work in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Odisha. In many of these states, we have already gotten started with awareness issues, with awareness creation, and in Karnataka, for instance, we did sign an MOU with the Karnataka state government to distribute free sanitary pads to school students in 2 districts, Ramnagara and Mandya. So this is the extent of our operations. We have just gotten started. We want reusable pads to be within easy reach of every rural woman and girl in this, and we want them to be aspirational products. So we work with Unnat Bharat Abhiyan of the Government of India. It's a program wherein educational institutions adopt villages. So it's a win-win, we think. We do the awareness workshops for the college students. We provide them subsidized pad sets, not free. They have to buy, but at subsidized prices if there's interest. After a few months, we use them to introduce the pads in the villages. And when college students say something in villages, the acceptability is much easier, much higher. We have found that. So that's a little bit about our working.
Yeah, thank you so much. We'll explore that further, for our own organization. Ms. Selvi, I had a question on, see, now that you are such an accomplished scientist at ISRO, I'm sure you may have had offers from private sectors which are a lot more lucrative, I'm guessing. Did you ever think of moving into the private sector? If not, what made you stay back?
Never.
Never.
Because my dream
But
was...
is my understanding correct that private sector could have paid you a lot more money than what ISRO
But
paid?
more than money, my dream was to work in ISRO. Actually, I'll just tell how that interest also I got. When I was doing engineering, my brother, he was a trainee in ISRO, one of the centers. So just I visited there, and when I saw the work, what was going on there, it was so amazing, which is totally out of my knowledge. I was not even aware such things were happening at that time. So it really impressed me a lot. Then I thought, if I'm working, I'm going to work in ISRO only. No second thought on that. So after my engineering, I didn't even think of doing higher studies. I just prepared for ISRO. Prepared, and finally I could get through in ISRO. And I'm so happy to really do the activities what it is serving the nation. If you see whether it is communication or remote sensing, lot of service ISRO is doing to the nation. So we are really proud of that, and I cherish always that accomplishment.
Thank you, ma'am. During, the deadlines when the Chandrayaan 3 launch was happening, or during your previous projects, did you have to spend a lot of time in office? Were there days where you couldn't go home? How was the work pressure? Can you tell us something on that?
As I was telling, whenever a project is to be completed, the deadline will be given. And our office timings is normally 8:30 to 5. But whenever we are reaching the timeline, only our coming time will be 8:30. The going time, nobody knows. Because our activities, as I was telling, whether it is a vibration or thermovac test, it is a continuous 7 days test. There is no break in that. So sometimes we will go at night 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. I remember my own experience for Chandrayaan 1 when I was PM, what she was telling. A particular test, it got completed midnight, 2 o'clock, 2 a.m. I was the only women employee there. And of course, I was this one to go at that time home. They were ready to accompany all those things, but I was not very comfortable. So I had to stay till early morning, 6 o'clock, and then I reached home. And my family is very supportive. in this. Always they know what kind of critical activities we are doing. Never they complained, even my spouse or my children, why you are coming late. Always they were so supportive. And many times it so happened that we have even stayed back at office for 1 or 2 days till we complete. When there are certain issues, we cannot leave the system and go. So at that time, we have always ensured that we are completing it and then only we are reaching home.
That's very hard to manage. Ms. Nalini, I want to ask you questions about the organization. You know, how large is it? How do you work? At what levels do you engage? And so on and so forth.
We started very small in 2010, informally. In 2013, we registered. We started with working with about 200 waste pickers in Bangalore, and today we are little over 20,000 waste pickers. We work across 18 cities. So we are 164 people, and proud to say 10% of our employees come from waste pickers' families. So their children and cousins who are educated getting into it. And how we organize ourselves is we are also very decentralized in our working, and also nobody can call me madam, for example. So if they call me madam, they have to pay fine. Then we collect it from waste pickers also. So we have kept a system where there is all of us have titles, position, because we are responsible, but we are doing it in an extremely collaborative way we work. And any kind of major decisions that we take, we always consult waste pickers. And we have clusters in each of the main cities in Karnataka, and then 3 or 4 villages around it we work. And that's how generally it works. And we have a group of waste pickers from all the states as our advisors in our organization. So we meet them regularly online. Now everybody knows how to use online post-COVID. So all the waste pickers, if they don't have smartphone, they sit with the neighbors who have smartphone and join the meetings to discuss. So today, any of our staff, we say, okay, we want to start our work in a new city or new village. They know how to do. This is ABC, this is how it works. And because we work very closely with government, we believe if government, we have to work with government. Only waste pickers working as an NGO is very small, but if government decides to do, they can do a lot more. So we work very closely with the government and citizens. And then we start working in the village. We have in a small towns in Coorg, for example, it's a highly eco-sensitive areas, and a lot of travelers go there because the consumption pattern of people who go from here to Coorg is very urban, but there the managing of the waste has only rural structure and rural economy. So we have actually able to work with the local system to close down 2 landfills. There's no landfill in villages. Today in Bangalore we keep looking for other landfill, but we believe in doing very decentralized, because decentralized management gives a lot of jobs. So that's how, because it is decentralized work we believe in, our systems are also decentralized.
Thank you. Yamuna, I have a question for you. You mentioned you come from a middle class family background, right? In such families like ourselves, entrepreneurship is not really encouraged. So when you wanted to be an entrepreneur and not take up a job after your MCom, did your family support? Did you have to, convince them? How was your initial journey from family perspective?
So I did work.
You work with KPMG, but you still took the plunge to be an entrepreneur, right?
Yeah, so long story short, entrepreneurship looks rosy, it is not. Okay, so you have to pay. The first moment when I came, when I was hearing all the claps, I was clapping in the back of mind for your MD, saying that he has to pay the salaries every month on time. That is his, probably it will be his only first top priority than anything else. I think running a business is not easy, but it is adventurous. So I'll give an example. So I used to go to meet taxi drivers around 4 a.m. and night, midnight, because not the airports open at early morning, they throughout the night, and the corporate cabbies are available in the midnight and all. So I started sneaking out of the house, and my father one day woke up to, he got to know that I'm working with this space. He slapped, and after few weeks, I used to get my father used to cut a newspaper cutting that driver molested, and that happened. Of course, as a father, he has the kind of segment that I chose. And when I was working in the airports, right, you're there for 12 hours, 15 hours, 16 hours, right? There are no women toilets, okay? And there are some 36 toilets for some 30,000 taxi drivers. And even if you really want to just go loo, use the loo and then come back also, right? Trust me, my 9 years of experience, the kind of respect, regard my cab drivers have given, even my relatives have not given. Trust me. You know, there are days some taxi drivers just standing near the loo just to ensure that I can safely go pee and come back. You know, that kind of things that actually moved me what I am. I got a vice president award. I had moved out of the house. My mother came with me. I made one thing in my mind. I will do this. This is the only thing I want to do. Okay. So I had sent an email to my family that 1 month notice. Only my mother realized. She started packing on 20th. I went back to meet my dad after 3-4 years. And I got my vice president award. That day also he said, "You leave this business, you come back, then we talk." I said, "See, you every day morning you don't get an invite to come and see the vice president. Choice is yours. You know, I've just come and reached." My dad did not come. So I'll tell you one thing. Today's a Women's Day. Don't teach your children to be good. Teach them to do what they want to do, what they feel it as right. No emotional baggage. Period. My dad did not come. No, he could not understand. He's still understanding. Let us give that chance to the family, right? But my mother she stood throughout. I think I am my mother's unachieved dreams. So I'm very thankful for her support. I'm grateful today. I'm here also because one of my cousin brothers had connected to someone and then they reached out. But trust me, 7 years, none of my relatives reached out. When I got an award, I started getting congratulations message. I was like, who is this? I actually purposefully sent us notes. I have this thumb rule now, especially with people, friends, family, in a circle. Whomever I have spoken in my last 100 days, they are in my books. Okay, if you don't have time for me, no time for you also. So, long story short, when you want to achieve something unconventional, you can't get yes from everyone. The yes is here. Choose it.
Thank you so much for opening up and thank you. I mean,
I just want to take another minute to say today we're doing financial literacy for school children and self-help groups as part of a curriculum and training materials. Two requests from myself for today. One is, if you have children and above 5th grade or 6th grade, keep your finance Fridays or finance Sundays with your children. Teach smallest of things. Teach what is save versus invest. Teach what is emergency fund. Small things. There are a lot of materials. If you are taking your children to malls, you can sit at home and speak money. Okay? One. Second, whoever has taken plastic bottles now in this crowd, please go plant a tree and take the plastic bottles back home. You are actually, I have just been sitting here and my heart is just burning at every second someone drinking. We need to drink, but don't throw that today. Probably just reuse it, go back. The kind of single-use plastics that we are all using is insane. There is no world after 2 decades. So please take your bottles back. I don't want that guy who will come with a cover to take it. I think that's a gift for IIFL Samasta Founders Day. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to know if any audience has any questions. Otherwise, I have a few more questions for the panel. Are there any questions that our audience would like to ask?
सोना चाहता है उसके लिए आंसर है क्या बोले
Feedback on what you are asking?
Making of sanitary pads, reusable sanitary pads. So, were there rejections from the male community, and how you dealt with that?
Right. A very, very important question. And, why go to the village? I'll tell you our experience. When we first started this project, so I was part of a university at that time, Amrita University, and we got a research project from the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. It's actually a prestigious thing. What was the project? The project was to find an alternative absorbent material, because I think most of us will not know. Ma'am spoke beautifully about plastic waste, single-use plastic. Disposable sanitary napkins are single-use plastic, but one more problem is there. We are cutting trees to make them. The paper is made from trees, everybody knows. But most of us do not know that the absorbent material in sanitary napkins, which is cellulose fiber, is made in same way, in much the same way as paper is made, and by cutting trees. Most of us do not know that. So when Amma said to find out ways to make low cost but high quality sanitary napkins, we couldn't use cellulose fiber as the absorbent material. How can a solution be a solution if you're saying, okay, to get more and more sanitary napkins, you have to cut more and more trees? So this research project got funded. We couldn't find people, we couldn't employ people to work on this project because it had the word sanitary napkins, the absorbent material in sanitary napkins. I had to put together a 4-member team. It took me a lot of effort to find the 4 people who were willing. Today it's not like that. Today the whole team is, okay, we are part of Saukyum team. But it was not like that initially. In the villages also. So, in colleges when we do workshops, I described how we go to the villages now, new areas, how do we enter? We take the help of college students. When we do college workshops in college students, we never tell them, make it only a women-only workshop. Although we have found that women-only workshops, a lot more questions come. Girls are more comfortable to ask questions, especially about usage and so on. So a lot of colleges, it surprises us also, the management arranges workshops for both boys and girls. And we have an internship program. We take student interns. So the boys talk to the men in the village. The workshop for the women is there. The workshop for the men may be not having, in schools we have not tried. We have not tried talking to the boys. That we have not done. But from college and onwards, definitely involving, in fact we have a film up on YouTube which has, I think it is only one of our films that has like this kind of views, about 9 million views or something. But that means that, that many people got to at least know about the idea of reusable pads. And in that film, it beautifully describes that how when a girl gets her first periods, the mother teaches not only, it's a 8-minute film only, mother teaches not only her daughter, but also her son about periods. And the son later, with that knowledge, is able to help somebody. And he tells, the folks who were sort of harassing her or laughing at her because she ends up getting bloodstains, that your dadi, nani, your cousin sister, your aunt, your mother, your masi, your bua, everybody has periods. What is there to laugh about? So it's an ongoing journey. Much has to be done. Lot of change has come, definitely. We are talking about it openly today. I mean, y'all has, there's so much receptivity to this topic. So thank you again to the IIFL Samasta team.
Does anybody else have any questions? Okay, I'm getting a signal saying we have run out of time. Thanks a lot to all you lovely ladies. This was very interacting, educational and impactful. So thanks a lot for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. It was inspiring to hear all of your journey and experience with us. I'm sure the audience have had an enriching experience with this very insightful conversation and interaction that we had. Let's give them a huge round of applause. Come on. Right now, request our Managing Director, Mr. Venkatesh, Whole-Time Director, Mr. Shivaprakash, and our Deputy CEO, Mr. Manoj Pasanga, to please come on stage and felicitate the chief guests. So very inspiring to have Mrs. Anju Bist, Mrs. R. Selvi, Mrs. Nalini Shekhar, Ms. Yamuna Shastri, and Kirti today with us. Thank you so much. Please accept this small token of love and gratitude from Team IIFL Samasta. Thank you so much. It was lovely having you all this evening. Thank you. Moderator, Kirti, for. So, ladies and gentlemen, as the guests take the seats, let's quickly have a look at a couple of our customer testimonials and success stories. What say? All of you, how's the Josh? This side, how's the Josh?
Hi.
This side, how's the Josh?
Hi.
How's the Josh? How's the Josh? इसलिए बोलते हैं बागों में फूल खिलते हैं बहुत मगर गुलाब जैसा नहीं बागों में फूल खिलते हैं बहुत मगर गुलाब जैसा नहीं लाखों लोगों को देखा है मैंने पर IIFL समस्ता जैसा कोई नहीं है Ladies and gentlemen, let's quickly look at the customer testimonials and success stories.
ನಮಸ್ತೆ, ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಜಯಶೀಲ ಅಂತ. ನಾನು ಸಮಸ್ತ ಸಂಘದಿಂದ 50,000 ಸಾಲ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ತಗೊಂಡು ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿ ನಡೆಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಮೊದಲು ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ತಗೊಳೋಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ. ತಗೊಂಡಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಾನೊಂದು 3-4 ಜನ ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇರಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇವಾಗ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. 35 ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಸಾಲ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು 35,000. ಅದನ್ನು ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿಗೆ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಈ ಸಮಸ್ತ ಸಂಘದಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಉಪಯೋಗ ಆಗಿದೆ.
ನಮಸ್ತೆ,
You're coming
ನಾನು
directly
ಸವಿತಾ
on live.
ಪ್ರದೀಪ್ ಸುಫೆ. ನಾನು IIFL ಸಮಸ್ತ ಬೆಳಗಾವಿ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಸಾಲವನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆ ಸಾಲ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ನಾನು ಬಹಳ ಕಷ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೆ. ಆ ಸಾಲ ತಗೊಂಡಾದ ನಂತರ ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಉದ್ಯೋಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಸಾಲವನ್ನು ಉಪಯೋಗ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ನಾನು ಲಾಭವನ್ನು ಪಡಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಇದ್ರಾಗ ಲೋನ್ ಅರ್ಜಿ ಹಾಕಿಂದ ಬಹಳ ಜಲ್ದಿ ಲೋನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇದ್ರಾಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ 15 ದಿವಸಕ್ಕೊಮ್ಮೆ ಕಂತು ಕಟ್ಟಾಗ ಈಗ ಬಹಳ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗಿದೆ.
ನೋಡಿ ಬರ್ತೇವೆ ಈಗ
ஜீன்ஸ் அண்ட் விஷால் அண்ட் அனில் அண்ட் அனாமிகா மேடம் குடும்ப மூலியமாக IIFL சார்பாக தொடர்பு கொண்டாங்க. என்னோட வியாபார வளர்ச்சிக்கோசம் நன்றான நிதி உதவி செய்வதாக தெரிவித்தார்கள். இந்த காலை சந்தித்த ஒரு 3-4 மணி நேரத்துக்கு என்னுடைய டாக்குமெண்ட் எல்லாம் வெரிஃபிகேஷன் பண்ணி எனக்கான கடன் தொகையை உறுதிப்படுத்தி அதை உடனடியாக எனக்கு பண்ணி கொடுத்தாங்க. எனக்கு அவர்களுடைய அணுகுமுறையும் அவர்கள் செய்து கொடுத்த வேகமும் மிகவும் பிடித்திருந்தது. என் வளர்ச்சிக்கு உதவும் விதத்தில் பணியாற்றிய அவர்களுக்கு எனது வாழ்த்துக்களையும் எதிர்காலத்தில் நன்கொழுக்கு துணையாக இருக்கும் IIFLக்கும் என்னுடைய நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். சியர்ஸ்.
ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಪುನ್ನಪ್ಪ ಕೇಳಿರು ಅಂತ. ನಾನು ಸಮಸ್ತ ಫೈನಾನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ 4 ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ದುಡ್ಡನ್ನು ಸಾಲವಾಗಿ ತೊಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ವಾಪಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸಮಸ್ತದಿಂದ ನನಗೆ ವ್ಯವಸಾಯ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೂ ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳನ್ನು ಬಗೆಹರಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅವರು ನಮಗೆ ಸಕಾಲಕ್ಕೆ ಹಣವನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಹಾಗೆ ನಾವು ವಾಪಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ನಿರಂತರವಾಗಿ ಅವರು ಸಂಪರ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದರು. ಕೃಷಿಯ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಆದಾಯ ಆಯಿತು. ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಸುಲಭ ಮಾರ್ಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಣವನ್ನು ವಾಪಸ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬೋದು. ನಮಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ನೆನಪಾಗಿದೆ.
லோனுக்கு எல்லாத்தையும் அப்ளை பண்ணுங்க. நான் ப்ராசஸிங் எல்லாமே டிலே ஆகிருக்கு. ஒரு 20 டேஸ் திருப்பி ப்ராசஸில் ஏதோ ஒரு பெண்டிங் இருக்குது. லோனே வேணாம் ஐடென்டிட்டியாக போட்டேன். அதுக்கு ப்ராசஸ் ஒரு 10 நாள் எடுத்தாங்க. ப்ராசஸ் சரியில்லை, அது திருப்பி ரிஜெக்ட் ஆகிடுச்சு. கேட்டால் இப்போ பேக் பண்ணாங்க. கேட்டாங்க எனக்கு கால் பண்ணி, லோனு தேவைப்படுது, நான் ஏன் டிலே லோன் டிலே ஆகிறதுனால நான் வேணாலும் சொல்லிட்டேன் சொன்னேன். நீங்கள் பண்ணலாமான்னு தேவைப்படுது கேட்டாங்க. ஒன்று நேற்று ஈவினிங் தான் 4 மணிக்கு கால் பண்ணாங்க. இன்னைக்கு காலையில் நேற்று பார்த்துட்டு இருக்காங்க. இன்னைக்கு காலையிலேயே ப்ராசஸ் பண்ணாங்க. ஒரு 3 கிலோமீட்டர் எல்லாத்தையுமே முடிச்சு போயிருக்காங்க. அமௌண்ட் வெரி ஃபாஸ்ட்டாக இருக்காங்க. இந்த மாதிரி பண்ணலாம் கண்டிப்பாக நல்லா அப்டேட். லோன் எடுக்கிறவங்க தான் ஹாப்பியாக தான் இருப்பாங்க. எனக்கு ரொம்ப ஹாப்பியாக இருக்குது. இந்த மாதிரி ப்ராசஸ்லாம் ஒரு எல்லாமே எல்லா பிஸ்னஸ்மே இதில் வருவாங்க. நல்ல ஒரு சிஸ்டம்.
ನಮ್ಮ IIFL ಸಮಸ್ತ ಅದೆಷ್ಟೋ ಅಸಂಖ್ಯಾತರಿಗೆ ದಾರಿದೀಪವಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋಕೆ ಬಹಳ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಜೋರಾದ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ಬರಲಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ 3 hours ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಲೋನ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಂತ ಖುಷಿ ಪಡುವಂತಹ ವಿಚಾರ. ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಜಾಬ್ ಟೀಮ್ IIFL ಸಮಸ್ತ. ಲವ್ಲಿ, ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a very special moment as we unveil the cover page of our much anticipated coffee table book, a tribute to the milestones and memories
success stories, initiatives of our organization. May now request our Managing Director, Mr. Venkatesh, our whole-time Director, Mr. Shiva Prakash, and our Deputy CEO, Mr. Manoj Pasanga, to please come on stage and unveil the cover page of the coffee table book. Also, we have a couple of interesting and special things in store for you. So stay tuned for lovely updates which will really make you feel very, very happy. So that I can assure you for sure. So over to you to launch the coffee table book cover page. Here we go. Let's give a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. This is the cover page of the coffee table book. It's a tribute to the milestones and memories of our organization. Along with that, there is also very special news. Venkatesh sir, ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಆ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಕೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳ ಕಾತುರವಾಗಿ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. And what's the news? We're all waiting eagerly to hear this very, very special announcement. Are you all awaiting the same? Yeah? Yeah. And the special news is, sir.
I think we've been talking about it for quite some time, and we've been getting feedbacks, and in one of our People First initiatives, we are looking at having a 5-day week across the organization. It's an important thing from the field perspective, also to find a work-life balance, and I think so the leaders are here. I mean, it's a huge challenging task, I know, to get it across and get it implemented, but we'll all work towards it and see how we will get it done and get it implemented across. There are a couple of other things which I would also like to talk about would be, so there's an annual R&R which is getting thing which we will shortly give you some details on it. And also across the organization, we will be coming out with looking at talents and basically looking at a cultural fest that will happen during the first quarter of the year. So these are the three things.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. This was the most awaited news. Yes? Are you all happy? Okay, give yourselves one big round of applause. Come on! Okay, now let's make you all more happy. The most awaited part of this evening. What's the most another awaited part of the evening? Come on. Kya? Dance? That is lovely. That is there along with that. Awards! Correct, you got me right. It's the most awaited part of the evening to award our top achievers. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time to honor our top field achievers from our branches and regional offices of all lines of business. In their respective job roles, they have achieved to be number one, not just in Karnataka, but pan-India. So I again invite our top management team on stage. Venkatesh sir, Shiv Prakash sir and Manoj Pasanga sir to please come on stage and honor the achievers. It's time to honor top achievers from our branches and regional offices of all lines of business. So as they come on stage and take the award, what is that you have to do? Lovely, I've got Wallah Habibi to all of you. I've got lovely audience today. That's fantastic. Keep the energy and spirit high. Lovely. So, calling the first set of achievers from Business IGL. Line of business is Business IGL. Suman Kumar from Bihar. Deepak Paul from Bihar. Arka Ghosh, West Bengal. So Suman Kumar is the best branch manager. Yes, the IGL business among 1392 branches across Pan India for the year 23-24. And Deepak Paul from Bihar is the best area manager, is ranked number 1 among 324 AMs and Pan India for 23-24. Arka Ghosh from West Bengal, best divisional manager, is ranked number 1 among 104 AMs across Pan India for the year 23-24. Abhishek Kumar from Bihar is the best regional manager, is ranked number 1 among 29 RMs across Pan India for 23-24. Radhesham Kumar, Bihar and Jharkhand, best state head is here. Let's give Radhesham a huge round of applause. He is ranked number 1 among 18 SH across Pan India. And Rita Prata Ghosh, West Bengal, best zonal head is here with us. He is ranked number 1 among 5 zones across Pan India. And Abhishek Singh Bhargava, best senior zonal head, is ranked number 1 among 5 ZH across Pan India for 2024. And this is the top performers from line of business, IGL. Let's give them all another huge round of applause. Suman Kumar, Deepak Paul, Arga Ghosh, Abhishek Kumar, Radhesham Kumar, Rita Pratap Ghosh, Abhishek Singh Bhargava. I just offer cheers to stay back from the team for the group photograph. Super. Congratulations. And this calls for the celebration. Congratulations to Team Business IGL line of business. Congratulations. Congratulations again. Congratulations. I request our top management team to please stay back and present the next set of awards. The next line of business is business retail assets. And this phenomenal team, the next team is here, business retail assets line of business. So it's my privilege to take the names. Sagar Ghansham Dakhate from Maharashtra is the best relationship officer, 2.26 crore. Highest disbursement by RM from April 23 to Jan 24. Next, Ajit S from Tamil Nadu, best relationship manager, 2.8 CR. Highest disbursement by RM from April 23 to Jan 24. I call upon Ravi Pandey also to please join us on stage. Yelesh Kumar T from Karnataka, best branch sales manager, 9.4 crore. Highest disbursed in a branch from April 23-24. Satyam Kumar, Madhya Pradesh, best cluster sales manager,
21.18 CR. Dispersed in the cluster from 23 to Jan 24. Mantesh Mallappa from Karnataka, Best State Sales Manager. 49.68 crores. Dispersed in the state from 23 April to Jan 24. Then we have S. Madhu from Karnataka, Best Zone Sales Head, Zonal Sales Head. 215.98 crores. Highest dispersed in the zone from April 23 to Jan 24. क्या बात है, जोरदार ताली हो जाए. Come on, let's give business retail assets line of business a big round of applause. Congratulations. I request the team to stay back for the group photograph. All three. I request all the bodies to stay back for the group photograph. Congratulations. 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 Yes, Madhu. Best donor sales head. Congratulations. I request all to please join us for group photographs. Congratulations. Congratulations. Okay. Moving to the next line of business, it is credit retail assets. So let's welcome our first achiever, Ramachandra HK from Karnataka, Best Credit Manager. M. Janavelu from Tamil Nadu, Best Cluster Credit Manager. I request Ramesh to join us and give the award along with the dignitaries on stage. Sridhar S. from Tamil Nadu, Best State Credit Manager. Harish P. from Karnataka, Best Zonal Credit Head. So Ramachandra HK, average productivity of 95 lakhs per month, disbursement, 1 plus PAR and NPA reduction. M. Janavelu, Tamil Nadu, average productivity of 3 crore per month, disbursement, and 1 plus PAR and NPA stability. Sridhar S. from Tamil Nadu, average productivity of 6.75 crore per month, disbursement, and 1 plus PAR and NPA stability. And Harish P. from Karnataka. Harish, average productivity of 21.80 crore per month, disbursement, and 1 PAR and NPA reduction. Congratulations to the line of business credit retail assets. Congratulations. Congratulations. I request the whole team to join us for the group photograph. Come on.
Congratulations. So moving to the next line of business, business DCL. So our first achiever is Mr. Devaraj Pitches from Karnataka, Best Branch Manager, Disbursement and Collection Efficiency and Team Handling. Congratulations, Devaraj Pitches from Karnataka. Then we have Devaraj Kallanallur from Karnataka, Best Territory Manager, highest disbursement in non-Karnataka for functional year. And then we have Rakesh Kumar from Bihar, Best Circle Manager, Disbursement and Collection Efficiency, Team Handling. Then we have Vivek Kumar Mantu from Uttar Pradesh, Best Regional Manager, Disbursement and 100% Collection Efficiency and Team Handling. And then we have Yoraj from Bihar, Best State Head, Disbursement and Collection Efficiency and Team Handling. Let's give this line of business a huge round of applause. We have with us Mr. Devraj HS, Veer Kumar Mantu, Rakesh Kumar, Devraj Kallanallur and Yoraj. Congratulations. So this is line of business, business DCL. Let's keep clapping for all these achievers. Come on, all of you. Jora the Chupale Bagli. Congratulations. 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 Okay. Moving on to the next and the last, the new line of business, cross-sell. May I request Bhavish to please join us on stage. And the winners are Shailendra Singh from Uttar Pradesh. Let's give Shailendra Singh a big round of applause. He's from Uttar Pradesh, Best Product Sales Manager. Ensure good numbers each month of this financial year and maintain highest productivity. That is Shailendra Singh from Uttar Pradesh. And we have Kamal Kumar Saha. Let's give him a big round of applause. From West Bengal. Best Regional Sales Manager. Continuously and steady performance on daily basis each month. So congratulations to both of you, Shailendra Singh and Kamal Kumar Saha. Congratulations. I request both of you to join us for a group photograph. Please. Congratulations. I request our top management to stay back for the next set of awards. But before that, may I request our Deputy CEO, Mr. Manoj, to please address the gathering.
So congratulations once again to all the shining stars. A far bigger round of applause. Congratulations on your organization crossing 14,000 crores plus as of today. And for that also, do I need to prompt you all to clap a little louder? 11,800 crores in NFI and 2,200 crores in non-NFI business. And finally, huge congratulations for the man behind it all. And incidentally, we just unveiled a book. Instead of looking at it as a journey of Samasta, we should probably look at it as a journey of the man behind it all. For Mr. Venkatesh N. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. A standing ovation. Yes. A standing ovation. And clap. And clap. And clap. And clap. Thank you. Women's Day was a result of several socialist movements. Rights of women to vote, rights to have a good working environment. And as a result of all these movements, the United Nations in the year 1975 officially recognized March 8th as the Women's Day. It took 2 years after that for it to be internationally embraced. Coincidentally, the United Nations designated this year the theme of Women's Day to invest in women and accelerate their progress. What does this mean? The meaning for this, embracing this theme of invest in women and accelerate their progress, can be found in a line which the Japanese author and poet had recently stated. Had I known that our own chief guest today, Miss Anju Bisht, would also state something similar, I would have quoted her and not Miko in faraway Osaka. She said, fathers must confront their unconscious assumptions. She spoke about how, whilst the mother educates or trains her little daughter when she attains puberty, she simultaneously does a bit of training for the brother. The brother becomes a father. The father is the society. Every now and then, we come across these embarrassing moments within inverted commas when people say, there's a stain, and that they'll say in soft, very soft voices. It's not far away. We still are living in that age. My 2 girls are grown up. One is a doctor. And even now, when there is, within embarrassing inverted commas, at home, they care less. And a stain is quite common in my home of all women. Mother, wife, 2 daughters. And the mother will come up and say, Elena, there's a stain over there. It starts at home. So Miko said this in Osaka
and our own chief guest said this about embracing what is obvious and not being embarrassed about talking about this. There's a lot of connotations to it. There's a lot of meaning in it. What they meant was, leave alone what need not be mentioned. Talk about a lot more, which is far more significant. What they meant was that the women in a house need not be mere experts in cutting onions, need not be mere fantastic home decorators, need not be mere excellent daughters-in-law. The moment the mother-in-law wants a coffee, even before she asks, she runs and goes and gives a cup of coffee. Fantastic. Praise be the woman. What they meant was, they meant that we need to educate the girls, the women. They meant that they need to be equal stakeholders in our family. What they meant was that they need to be equal stakeholders in the society that we live in. What they meant was that they need to be equal stakeholders in the world and in our nation. In our own organization, we need to make sure that the women continue to be equal stakeholders. That's what they meant. On this auspicious day, where we celebrate women, I wish to wish my daughters a very happy Women's Day, my wife a very happy Women's Day, my mother a very happy Women's Day, all the extended women in my family a very happy Women's Day, and to all you women seated here, all you women of substance, a very, very happy Women's Day. The manifestation of empowerment was in the form of the accomplished 4 chief guests today. I was telling the managing director before I got onto the stage that in my 32 years of corporate career, this was by and large the best ever program that I attended with the 4 of you. Hats off to you all. Miss Anju Bisht, the most respected chief guest, along with the other respected chief guest, Miss R. Selvi. Yes, it is indeed a rocket technology. Miss Nalini Shekhar, fantastic for the work that you've been doing. Miss Yamuna Shastri, so inspiring. And we're talking about people in the line of fire. These are the people in the line of fire. She starts a business. She's there at 4 o'clock. She's there at 3 o'clock. No toilets in the airport car parks. And what she has achieved, I think fantastic. Brilliant. On this auspicious occasion of International Women's Day, and incidentally, as Mr. Venkatesh and our managing director pointed out, incidentally, not coincidentally, happened to be the day when we started this company, 16 years back. The compelling vision of what I told you about the theme of United Nations for this year's International Women's Day, and about what the Japanese poet and author Miko had spoken about, and what our very own chief guest, Ms. Anju Bisht, had spoken about. It's not far away from the vision of our founders. The vision of empowering women may have been fashionable to be spoken about in 2024 when people spoke about what needs to be done for the women. 16 years back, they did that. Hats off to our founder, our co-founder, Mr. Shiv Prakash, who isn't here. A round of applause to the co-founders and the founder. The vision that they had of empowering women is not a silo vision of Mr. Venkatesh or any of the co-founders. It's a shared vision. What does shared vision mean? Shared vision means, as he had rightly pointed out, each and every one of you in this assembly here, and each one of those 16,000 odd employees out there in the field need to stand up and proudly say, I am Samasta. That is what shared vision means. And when they feel that ownership, this objective of reaching out to the women and empowering them becomes a reality. God bless each and every one of you all. God bless our founders and their families. 17,000 odd people have gained gainful employment in our company. And 29 lakh households have been taken out of poverty and been able to have an income generation activity in their houses. God bless you, Venki. God bless you, Shiv. God bless all of you. I may be the deputy CEO, but last but not the least, I need to get back to brass tacks. 23 days more for this year ending. All the very best for a good year ending to all of you all. And all the very best for 2024-25. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Manoj, for that very inspiring address. I request our top management to again join us on stage, Mr. Venkatesh, Mr. Shiv Prakash, and Mr. Manoj, to honor the next category of achievers. That is, it's time to present Long Service Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, we now proceed to Long Service Award ceremony. Long Service Awards is a special category for the employees who have completed 5 years and 10 plus years service with IIFL Samasta. So it's time to honor all these employees who have been with us for more than 5 years and more than 10 years. So as I take the names, you have to clap for them, shower all your love, and give them all a huge round of applause. 10 and 10 plus years of service. We have Mr. Girish, Finance and Accounts. Venkatesh S. Anil Kumar, Administration and Facility. Hari Prasad K.R., Administration and Facility, and Kavita R. Operations. 10 and 10 plus years in IIFL Samasta. Congratulations. Girish, Venkatesh, Anil Kumar, Hari Prasad, and Kavita R. Congratulations. Congratulations, and I request you all. Congratulations coming up. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time to call upon employees who have completed 5 and 5 plus years with IIFL Samasta. So let me take the names and please all your love and all the employees who will be coming on stage to receive the award. Kushal Kumar S, ITM Prime Infosec. Rajesh, Manager, Finance and Accounts. Sandeep Hechi, Deputy Manager, MIS. Shilpa V, Assistant Manager, MIS. Yatisha N, Deputy Manager, Operations. Congratulations. Keep clapping, come on, make one noise all too. Congratulations. Congratulations. Keep clapping, come on, all of you. So request you all to join us for a group photo. Come on.
Chandru, ಅಷ್ಟೇನಾ?
Welcoming our next employees who have completed 5 years in Harkless years in IIFL Samasta. And here it goes. Mohan Kumar M, Deputy Manager Credit. Yakiraju GM, Deputy Manager Credit. Shivaraya, Senior Executive Credit. Keshavan M, Deputy Manager Credit. Imran Khan, Deputy Manager Credit. Let's give them all a huge round of applause. Joran Kumar, go on. Congratulations.
ಶಿವಾನಿ ಮಾಡ್ರ ಅವ್ರು ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾರೆ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನಮ್ದೇನೇನು ಇರ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡೆ
Congratulations.
ಸ್ಲೈಡೇ ನೋಡಿ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸರಿ
So request you all to please join us for the group photo. Come on. Congratulations. Okay. Welcoming the next set of achievers. So, as I welcome them on stage, let's also recite a mantra. You want to know the mantra, all of you? Yeah? The mantra is very simple. If you're happy and you know, if you're happy and you know, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know, clap your hands. You're happy and you know, you really want to show. You're happy and you know, and you have to
Clap your hands.
Lovely, what lovely audience today. Fantastic. So welcoming Rani, Assistant Manager, Cross-Sell Products. Pratap, MS, Manager, Cross-Sell Products. Sabarish R, Senior Executive Information Technology. Shailin Sadir, Support Lead, Information Technology. Swapna R, Senior Executive Operations. Let's give them all a big round of applause and a standing ovation for our dear Rani. Congratulations. And Swapna, standing ovation. So I think God is what you photograph. Come on, all of you. Okay, moving on to the next set of employees who have completed 5 and 5 plus years. Welcoming on stage Abhinandan Chandra, Human Resources and Employee Engagement, Lead Employee Engagement Human Resources. Jeevan Kumar T, Deputy Manager Operations. Balaji Singh, Assistant Manager, Learning and Development. Let's give him a big round of applause.
Standing ovation ಕೊಡ್ರಪ್ಪ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಸ್ಗೆ. ನಿಂತ್ಕೋ. Maria, hello. Please join us for group photograph. And dignitaries, thank you so much. May now request our whole-time director, Mr. Shiva Prakash, to please address the gathering. Sir. ಅಲ್ಲ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿ ಸೇವರ್ ಮೋಡು ನಾನು ಯೂಸೇ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಇವತ್ತು ತೊಗೊಂಬಂದು ಬಾಕ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಂಡು
ಇವಾಗ ತೊಗೊಂಬಂದಿರೋ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಅದೇನು ಬಾಯಿ ನಾವು ಮನೇಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ
Thank you. Congratulations to all the winners, R&R winners, and especially to all those long-serving employees of Samasta. 5 years and 10 years in Samasta is a long time, and I thank you all for the contribution towards the success of the organization. As we celebrate the Founders Day, I am proud of what we have achieved as an organization in the last 16 years. To begin with, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to all our staff, both past and present, who have helped Samasta scale new heights in the last 16 years. Without your complete commitment and support, Samasta wouldn't be what it is today. So thank you. If you look back at the last 16 years, it's mind-boggling the number of challenges that we faced in the course of these 16 years. Venki spoke about some of the crises. I mean, when we started Samasta in 2008, there was global financial crisis. In 2010, there was the Andhra crisis. In 2016, we had demonetization issue. In 2020, the mother of all crises, the COVID. Okay. Each crisis caused disruption and changed the way we did business. I mean, many of you have been in the organization, so you know what I mean by that. But our ability to embrace change has differentiated us from others. And this is the reason that we've overcome all these challenges in all these 16 years. And I mean, what I can say about these things is change is a constant, and we need to be open to embracing change all the time. Okay? These crises are the mettle of leadership, and we've been fortunate enough to have able leadership in Venki, and his leadership and his unrelenting belief in our vision has ensured continuity during all these crises. So I thank Venki for all his contribution over the last 16 years. As we look to the future, as we look ahead, as the organization grows, we have unlimited opportunities for us, for all of us. Okay, so let's look at the future with optimism. Let us continue to uphold Samasta's core values, and let's strive to reach newer heights every year. I once again thank all of you for your unwavering commitment to the organization, and I look forward to many more years of success ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for that very encouraging and an inspiring address. Let's give him a big round of applause. Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, as we come towards the last leg of this lovely event, we have with us a very, very talented employee who's gonna mesmerize us with her amazing dancing talent. So, shall we welcome her on stage? Welcoming the gorgeous Vijayta for a lovely and fantastic dance performance. Welcome to you.
What a graceful performance. Let's give her a huge round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, they say all good things should come to an end. With this, we're coming to an end of this lovely celebration, celebrating IIFL Samasta Founders Day 2024. We now request Nalini and Parimala to please deliver the vote of thanks.
Chandru. Battery down.
Thank you, Anjali. Ladies and gentlemen, as we bring our Founders Day celebration to a close, I am deeply honored to extend my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you who has made this a memorable event.
Firstly, a sincere thank you to our Managing Director, Mr. Venkatesh N., our whole-time Director, Mr. Shiv Prakash, and our Deputy CEO, Mr. Manoj Pasanga, for their unwavering support and guidance. Your leadership sets the tone for our success and fosters a culture of excellence within our organization.
A special note of appreciation to our esteemed chief guests, Mrs. Anju Bis, Mrs. R. Selvi, Mrs. Nalini Shekhar, and Ms. Yamuna Shastri for gracing us with your presence and sharing your invaluable insights with us. Your participation has truly enriched our event. Kirti, thank you so much for joining us today and helping us get the most out of our interaction with our esteemed guests. Thank you.
We express a gratitude to all our employees. Your hard work, passion, and creativity are the driving force behind everything we do. Thank you for your tireless efforts and unwavering dedication.
Our heartfelt gratitude to the organizing committee members, volunteers, and performers for their exceptional efforts and contributions towards making this day truly memorable.
Together, we have celebrated our past achievements and set the stage for even greater success in the future. Let us continue to work hand in hand, supporting and inspiring each other every step of the way.
I quote Oprah Winfrey. She says, "The more you celebrate life, there is more in life to celebrate. It is a matter of pride and celebration to be a part of this wonderful organization." On the count of 3, may I request all the lovely ladies here to make some noise, double up your tone, say along with Parimala and me, "I am Samasta." On the count of 3. 3, 2, and 1. I am Samasta. Can we say that once again? Let's show how powerful and loud we can be. I am Samasta. Together, all of us as employees, let us tell our founders how happy we are to be a part of this lovely organization. All of us here today. I am Samasta. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nalini and Parimala, for delivering the vote of thanks. Before we conclude, may I now request all our leadership members to
please join us on stage for a group photograph to capture this memorable evening. All our leadership members, please join us on stage for group photograph. All the head of the departments, all HODs, to please join us on stage along with our top management team for a group photograph.
No, I don't want to.
To all HODs for all your support.
Stand, no. Charging will be. ಹೋಗ್ಲೇಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತೇನೆ ರವಿ ಯಾರು ಇದು ಶಂಭುನಾ ಶಂಭು ಶಂಭು
Venkatesh sir, so why don't you join us? So all lines of business to join us for group photograph along with our top management.
Chandra, fantastic job, bro. I'm first. I will give you first feedback. Fantastic work you did. But still, I think I handled everything proper Amit, sit down.
ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ. Come on, all of you. an end of this phenomenal celebration, IIFL Samasta Founders Day 2024. So a big thank you to all the dignitaries. Thank you to all our top management and all of you for making this event so memorable for all of us. We will organize yummy dinner for all of you, so request you all to please join us for dinner. But before that, we also have souvenir distribution. So we have volunteers who will be distributing souvenirs line by line. So only request you to join us for the dinner after you collect the souvenir. So let's go line by line. So let's all collect the souvenirs and then join for dinner.